Hi, this is Serving STFU to say I'm sorry for that small video I brought out earlier. It's in honor of the movie host that my brother and I have seen a couple of weeks ago. I will be doing a review on that probably tomorrow or next week. However, I'm here to talk about Animorphs. Now, for those who don't know the name, may be surprised because the house basically reminds me of Animorphs. Back in September of 1999 to March of 2000, Nickelodeon brought a TV show based on the book series at the time, which was a hit, Animorphs, which I have the book right here. Basically, it's about these 6 friends who basically soon after on their way back home from the mall find a UFO which has this alien side. This alien warns them that the world is slowly being taken over by slug-like mind-controlling aliens called Yuks, and it's up to them to stop them. After it slowly gives them the only weapon, which is to slowly morph into animals, Marcos, Jake, Cassie, Rachel, and Tobias. These 6 teens end up calling themselves the Animorphs, or in Marco's case, Animorphs. Later on, they'll soon bring in an additional member whose name is Axe. I can't say his name, but his name is Axe, who's the younger sibling of Excalibur, the alien who presented them their gifts, who solely after they meet, Excalibur is brutally murdered by another alien who's being controlled by Visser 3. Now, for those who haven't read the books, it's awesome. And sadly to say, after 18 episodes, the show died. The show was canceled. To tell you the truth, I don't know why. I hear different things, like they didn't have much ratings. The ratings were low. That they were using live animals and the animals were hurting people. I have no idea. However, I believe that nowadays that due to these shows they're bringing out on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, maybe they can use CG animation. Animorphs was basically my favorite when I was a kid. I read the books. Sadly, I only got up to the book 33. Afterwards, I wasn't able to access anymore. Sadly, good news is the books are still out there somewhere. I have no idea. I'm trying to save up money so I can buy the whole collection. But the books, you gotta love them. Because in each book, they basically each are told by different stories. Like, for example, in the first book, The Invasion, Jake is the first one. In the second one, you have Rachel. The third one, you have Tobias. The fourth, you have Cassie. The fifth, let's see, fifth is Tobias, and so on and so forth. One of my favorite characters is Tobias. It's not until at the end of the first episode and at the end of the first book you soon realize that Tobias has to suffer a terrible fate when he tries to lead his friends away from those who are possessed by Yurk. Sadly, because of this, they soon learn the limit of how long they can stay in the morphs, unless they become permanently stuck. It is called they have a 2-hour limit, or else they're stuck in that form forever. Tobias is basically stuck in a form of a red-tailed hawk. And throughout the series, as you go on, you cannot help but feel more and more sorry for them, because they have to keep their identity secret. Jake, who's basically his brother, who's always been infested by Tom, he constantly is on the alert. And book 6 of The Captive, Jake is possessed by the Yeerk. What the Yeerks do is they crawl through your ear. Imagine this. Imagine a slug this big that can slowly crawl into your ear, wrap around your brain like a blanket, and controls you. The only downside for them is that they need to regenerate every 3 days, or else they die out. Jake, however, does basically, in several episodes, try to protect his brother. He tries saving his brother. It's not easy. It's like being in a war. You're on one side and your siblings on the other, and you have to fight each other. However, in this case, the gang has to keep their identities a secret because basically they think that they are Andalites. The aliens who can basically take form of other. How they do it was simple. In the first episode, they're presented with a cube, and when they touched it, they're given an ability with just a simple touch. They can access the DNA. They can even become people. Like I said, they have to basically keep it a secret. Marcos has a sad story. His own mother, who disappeared, supposed to have mysteriously disappeared in a boat crash incident when he was 7 or 5 years old, is being controlled by Fisher 1 of the Yeerks. These Yeerks mean business, and what they have planned for the future is dangerous. They go through any risk. In fact, in several episodes, they sometimes nearly lose their lives. So, I'm hoping for you guys' sake that maybe we can bring back Animorphs. If not, then okay, that's fine. They did bring out the series on tapes. If you buy them on VHS, you can actually see the hidden messages they leave at the end of the videos. I believe maybe there's some videos on YouTube. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Or if you want to read the books, it's kind of awesome. Because they go through different situations, whether it's family, the world, or they even time travel in several books. But I have to say my favorite book of all has to be The Captive, where, like I said, when Jake is possessed by the Yeerk basically ends up attaching himself to him. When they soon hear that a state representative is coming to visit the friendship, I don't remember, but basically the Yeerks disguise himself as a green group. Basically, these group of kids who volunteer to help out the community. But at the same time, they're basically just drawing in more victims so they can be injected by the Yeerks and be controlled. I love the Animorphs. And it's sad to say the very last episode that I basically seen was about the same time as Camp Scary came up. For those who haven't seen Camp Scary, it's basically a TV show about these 2 teams, or these 4 teams. I forgot how many teams there are, but they have to solve this mystery of this kid who died at camp. Once the Camp Scary ended in Halloween, Animorphs didn't come back. And though I really do wish that it came back. But anyway, like I said, Animorphs, if you haven't seen it, watch it. If you don't have time, pick up a book. You can go to your local library and read them. This is serving STFMHM saying, watch out for the Yeerks, and good luck, and goodbye.